welcome to Walt Disney World Photo Updates. I am your host Kevin Yee, and this week we are going to start at City Walk, which is the Universal's sort of downtown Disney. As you probably know, they've been building this drive-in mini golf that's off to the side of the beginning of City Walk, and I thought I would bring you some views of it as it has soft opened recently. You can see some of the people here in the corner playing, and we visited on a Saturday and saw that it was fairly lightly used, at least this part of the early afternoon, but the theming looks pretty good. It's complete in many respects. Now, as you approach, this is next to the movie theater where you have to go buy your tickets, and then you see the nice Hollywood Drive-In Golf sign at the front here, and let's zoom in on how much it costs to play. It's $14 for adults, $12 for kids, and there to play both of the courses cost $25 per adults. And the courses are themed. One is sort of haunted house themed, the other one is alien themed, generic alien, I guess. There are the rules. You see that it's kind of similar to any other putt-putt rules you've seen elsewhere. And both of these start at the beginning here, right behind the place where I purchased. The beginning is right underneath the signs that say now playing, as though these were the movies. There's the haunted house side, and this is the alien side. And I walked over through the haunted house side and saw several of the designs that looked very interesting, sort of highly themed with tombstones, and there was often music playing in the background and little bumps in the course to make it difficult sometimes. And in fact, they were even working on the course, although nobody said anything to me. I went past this guy, the creature from the Black Lagoon, who got me with some water. That was a neat little effect. But then once I made it sort of under the bridge here and saw some other people playing and another crew working on this side over here, it was around this moment when I turned around and a manager stopped me and said, "What are you doing here?" And asked if I was playing. And when I told him, well, my family was about to play, but we wanted to capture the event before it turned dark. It was 4:30 at the time. You can see by the shadows that the darkness was about to come not too long, and I wanted to get photos of everything. And the short version is he wanted to walk me out. You're not allowed to be out on this course if you are not currently a paying customer. He said photos are fine, but walking the course without paying is not fine, and he stuck by that rule. And we found out later from other people that, in fact, it's also true of parents and kids. If your kids are playing, you cannot accompany them on the course unless you have also purchased a ticket. So although we liked the theming of this, we were a little embarrassed by that encounter, and so we left without paying for the golf, so I can't report on how the golf was. Let's transition to some of the new merchandise. This is in Animal Kingdom, although it's available in several other places as well around the resorts. This is a soft vinyl and kind of a retro 70s carrying bag. A $25 Vinylmation lamp. This is internally lit. And then a few t-shirts. We've got turkey legs and churros and then DJ Mickey. And then I thought I would bring you this picture. This is the Yeti as seen this past weekend. Now, the strobe light is again on for the Yeti. What is different, however, is that the Yeti is now facing 90 degrees to the side, as though his upper body twisted or he was moved. And let's zoom in real quick, and you can't really see what's happening with his feet, but apparently the entire figure is now facing this way rather than facing the cars directly. I'd have to double check whether these have always been here. The devices to hold him in place perhaps, or perhaps to move him. As we reported to you some time ago, the basic plan is to make a kind of marionette Yeti, where they will drill holes in the wall and move the arm from the outside rather than moving the arm from the inside. That would be a cheaper fix to restoring at least some of the motion to the Yeti. And as you see, he is now also facing a different direction, perhaps because the arm now can come down more realistically in the marionette position. The arm, however, did not move on our recent visit. The strobe light was turned off a few weeks earlier, so the strobe light being back on was something new. Then in Dinosaur, they have turned down some of the volume. Just after you pass this scene, which is the dinosaur eating another dinosaur, were some quite loud meteorite crashes. They were sort of ear-splitting, and those have been toned down almost to nothing. You barely can't hear them. However, the Carnotaurus himself, in all of his appearances, is as loud as ever. So the ride hasn't been completely changed, just in the meteorite crashing. That brings us to the end of another week. Thank you, as always, so much for paying attention, and we will catch you next week.